How to use meditation to heal the proper way. Beginner's journey to transformation. 70% of people who try meditation give up within the first 2 weeks, not because it doesn't work, but because they have the wrong expectations and get discouraged if they fail to stop their thoughts or rise beyond them. If you have ever tried meditating and felt like your mind was just too loud, or maybe you gave up thinking this just isn't for me, I want you to stick around because I get it. For years, meditation was sold to us as this magical quick fix formula, instant calm button, but no one explained the part where your trauma, stress, and distractions actually get louder at first. That's not failure, that is the start of healing. So if you have been frustrated, overwhelmed, or just curious about how to really use meditation to heal, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to meditate, you will understand how to use it as a healing tool that rewires your brain, soothes your nervous system, and helps your body actually let go of stored trauma and stress. And most importantly, bridge the gap between the human and the divine, the flesh and the soul. So this isn't just about feeling calm for 5 minutes, it's about rebuilding trust with your body, gaining clarity in your mind, and learning how to create emotional safety anywhere, anytime. So number one, find a quiet spot and the right time. Creating a quiet, uninterrupted space is the foundation of a successful meditation practice. In today's busy world, this might sound simple, but for many, it's actually one of the most challenging steps. Your external environment deeply influences your internal state, especially when you're just beginning. So the first step is to choose a physical location where you feel safe, undisturbed, and at ease. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could be a corner of your bedroom, a quiet spot in your living room, or even a place outside in nature. What matters most is that your nervous system feels secure there. Make the space your own. A cushion, a candle, some music. Small rituals like these signal to your body that it's time to soften, to slow down and relax and go inwards. Equally important is when you meditate. Timing isn't just about convenience, it's about tuning into natural energetic rhythms. I recommend the 2 windows of time that ancient spiritual traditions and modern neuroscience both agree are incredibly powerful. So early morning, just before sunrise or during sunrise, and then late at night, just before sleep, when the world around you settles. These windows are rich in theta brainwave activity, a state between wakefulness and sleep where the logical, analytical mind, or what some call the critical mind, begins to quiet. In these moments, your brain becomes open, suggestible, and receptive, and it's when the inner chatter fades and the subconscious becomes more accessible. Some refer to these thresholds as moments when the veil between dimensions thins. Whether you interpret this symbolically or spiritually, the result is the same. In these liminal spaces, it becomes easier to feel the presence of something deeper, your higher self, your soul, or your intuitive guidance, and allow it to communicate with your conscious mind. So don't worry if you can't always meditate during these ideal windows. The most important thing is consistency. But whenever possible, aligning your practice with these natural rhythms will amplify the depth and transformative power of your meditation experience. Step number 2 is forget the clear your mind myth. Meditation isn't about resisting or stopping your thoughts. It's wonderful when moments of stillness arise naturally, but most beginners quickly discover that trying to stop thinking feels nearly impossible. And that is okay. What you need to do instead is simply become aware of your thoughts without engaging with them. Let them rise on the canvas of your mind like passing clouds. Stay gently aware, and as you do that, keeping your focus on the soft, steady rhythm of your breathing, you will begin to notice that the traffic of thoughts gradually slows down. Over time, you may find moments where you enter a palpable No thought space, a quiet space between thoughts. In those moments, a calm begins to descend. Your body relaxes more deeply. But here's the key, don't get excited about it and don't try to chase or grasp that feeling or interpret the experience. That only pulls you back into the thinking mind. Instead, allow it to be without grasping or analyzing. So you'll begin to realize something profound. Your awareness remains even when thoughts disappear. This is the beginning of true insight. You are not your thoughts, your emotions, or your sensations. You are the one who's aware of them. You are the observer, the presence behind the thinking mind, the one witnessing the thoughts arise, the feelings move, and the body responding. But you are not the thoughts, not the emotion. You are not even the body. You are the awareness that holds it all. The more you practice this, learning to observe without reacting, the more you train your nervous system to stop overreacting to stress, and that's exactly when healing begins. Step number 3, start with somatic awareness. Somatic awareness is the practice of tuning into the physical sensations of your body. Things like your breath, your heartbeat, muscle tension, temperature, posture, or even subtle feelings of energy or pressure. Think of it as body-based mindfulness. So instead of focusing on thoughts or the external world, you are shifting your awareness inwards towards how your body feels in the present moment without judging or trying to change anything. Somatic awareness is important, especially powerful for healing, because the body holds on to stress and trauma. Unresolved emotional experiences are often stored in the nervous system, in the organs, muscles, and ligaments as physical tension or discomfort. Somatic awareness helps release that tension by simply noticing these sensations with curiosity and compassion. Simply breathing into them helps your body feel safe enough to let go of stored stress. Here are some simple examples of somatic awareness in practice. Feeling the rise and fall of your breath in your chest. Noticing where your muscles feel tight while you're sitting. Tuning into a fluttery or heavy feeling in your stomach during stress or anxiety. Tuning into where tension is stored in the muscles, in the nervous system. What are your organs trying to tell you? Does your stomach feel like working optimally, or is there resistance there? Notice these sensations and breathe gently, and you will find the more you relax, the tension starts to dissipate and your body starts to restore itself. Number 4, use the 90-second rule to diffuse emotions. Sometimes when you begin to meditate, it can feel like you are being flooded by all the unpleasant emotions you have been suppressing throughout the day or even for years. This may feel overwhelming at first, but it's actually a good sign. What you didn't allow yourself to feel during your busy, distracted moments must eventually come up. And meditation provides a safe container for that to happen. It means your nervous system is beginning to feel safe enough to let those emotions surface and leave your energy field. So if you feel like crying, please allow it. If you feel resentment, sit with it without judging it. But sitting with it doesn't mean validating your mental stories that you've been wronged or betrayed or misunderstood. It means witnessing the emotion as it is without feeding it further with more thoughts or stories. Resentment is often a signal of how you're interpreting a situation, which may or may not be true. Regardless, it's important to recognize and acknowledge the feeling. From there, invite a higher frequency emotion to rise in its place, something like forgiveness, acceptance, or gratitude. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or emotional harm in the name of spirituality. It means loving yourself enough to make necessary changes, setting boundaries, creating distance, changing jobs, walking away from unhealthy relationships if needed. And just as importantly, it means loving yourself enough to forgive both yourself and others, not to excuse the pain, but to free yourself from carrying it any longer. So when you feel discomfort rising, don't run from it, observe it. This is where the 90-second rule comes in. Emotions move through the body like a wave and naturally subside within 90 seconds as long as you don't feed them with more thoughts and stories. So your job is simple. Breathe through the wave, let it move through you. This is what builds true emotional resilience, not escaping emotions or denying it, but learning to stay present with them long enough for them to transform. Step number 5, notice the void and how it affects pain. During meditation, you'll notice this space between two thoughts. This is the time in the void. In this space, you will find yourself detached mentally from the pain or your symptoms, and then you will disassociate with it. In those moments, you'll feel you're no longer held captive by the pain and it has no power over you. And that you, through your consciousness, can transform and transmute this pain, even if only briefly at first. But don't take it as a small win, it is a gigantic achievement, since now you are seeing your body as something that responds to you, not as something that runs on autopilot. Step number 6, use anchoring rituals. So create a sacred space within your house where you'll not be disturbed, maybe a corner of your bedroom or prayer room that everyone understands is sacred and has to be respected. Likewise, encourage gentle tones, gentle handling of doors around these spaces and times. It's good to pick the same time, space, and simple action. Maybe light a candle or use a specific scent or say music to train your body that this is the safe space. Your nervous system craves a repetition to feel safe enough to heal. This way, your body almost builds an anticipation of the calm that you're going to experience. It looks forward to it and relaxes into it as a repetitive pattern. The mind is very good at repeating patterns. Once you know how to properly condition it, your mind becomes your greatest ally. Step number 7, track subtle wins, not dramatic changes. Let's talk about real changes because that's what matters. That is the whole point of meditation. We are not using meditation as some kind of a spiritual bypass. This isn't about escaping into the void to avoid life's responsibilities and difficulties or sugarcoat pain with a feel-good practice. We are doing the exact opposite. We are going all in to feel, to transform, to transmute suffering. If your spiritual practice isn't shifting something real in you or in your life, if it's not helping you process pain, trauma, or psychological patterns, then you are not truly meditating. Or that practice is not really helping you. You're not earning spiritual points or manifesting material rewards. This is about reuniting with your soul, and as that reunion happens, healing unfolds. You begin to radiate with an effortless joy. You awaken creativity that has been buried beneath years of conditioning and pain. To track this transformation, you can use a journal, write down honest reflections each day. So for example, did I feel more patient today? Did I breathe slower during stress? Was I more reactive or less reactive than usual? There will be days when it feels like you are caught in an emotional storm, agitated, restless, maybe feeling worse than before. Don't take these moments as failures or signs that meditation isn't working. Healing isn't linear. Sometimes it's one step forward and 2 steps back. You will be triggered. You will face old wounds resurfacing. But each time, see it for what it is. A release, a clearing, a recalibration, a call to a higher state of being. Yes, there may be ups and downs, but over time, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, when you look back, you will see the upward curve. Despite the temporary dips, the graph keeps rising. Progress is happening. Without awareness, life feels like a chaotic loop, repeating the same patterns over and over. But with awareness and presence as your allies, life becomes a conscious evolution. The graph begins to reflect growth. So don't get discouraged even if the shifts feel tinier at first. Those micro moments of change prove that something deeper is healing. Most people quit because they are waiting for fireworks or miracles. But the real miracle, it's the quiet shift you almost didn't even notice, the moment you didn't react, the time you chose peace over conflict or drama, the breath you stayed with instead of pushing it away. That is where the transformation lives. Step number 8, return to the present and integrate. Come back and ground yourself in the present moment, back in your body, back to earth. Open your eyes, take a few minutes here, and give gratitude. Feel into your heart space, expand the calm, the peace, the love you have just felt, and take that state into your day. The more you can anchor it into your physical reality, the more shifts you will feel in and around you. That energy also goes straight into collective consciousness. So every time you face your own shadows, deepen your own awareness, feel gratitude, spread joy, you are doing a collective service to humanity. Feel good about it. So, final words, commit to your meditations, whatever time suits you. Commit to just 10 minutes a day in the beginning, but be sure to bring your full presence, full awareness. Don't do it as just another ritual that you must do. Don't just do it out of habit or a rut. Don't just sit there breathing and lost in your thoughts, hoping for something magical to change and heal you. You bring your entire being to the process. Come to your meditations with love, with clarity and reverence, because this is the time to allow your soul to integrate with your body. You don't need motivation or momentum. All you need is presence and allowance. That's it. If this resonated, leave a comment below and share with me the one thing that has always held you back from meditating. I'm going to reply to everyone and offer personal guidance where I can. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.